I think we as a people need to break up better. Let's just be honest, right? We get so mad, we mad at each other. You go your way, you pack your stuff, I'll go mine, and we never talk about what happened. And a lot of why people struggle is Christians still need closure. I think you said it so wonderfully, right? We love Jesus, that's fine, but at some point you need to say, before I go be with you, let me get over him or her. And you, if you don't, you'll be in a new relationship with a new face, but the same issues. Because you didn't deal with what happened the last time. It's the same thing with a job. If you don't fix what you did at that job that got your butt kicked out the door, you're just going to get kicked out the next door too. And the other thing you got to understand, man, trauma in relationships is trauma in relationships. It is what it is. But I can't take this trauma, pick it up, and transfer it to the next person. Because now you're going to mess up something that could have been great over something that wasn't. And, you know, we do a great job of make it like it was. It wasn't that great. But all you're doing is talking about it. So I just think get some closure and understand before I go deal and lay in the next bed, let me get out of that one. You can't find Mr. or Mrs. Right while you still messing with Mr. or Mrs. Wrong. I'm preaching now. Get the buckets out. I'm done. No, I'm good. He answered it.
I want to say something really quick to answer your question. So even though I'm not in a relationship, how I move forward is understanding that each relationship, whether it worked out or didn't, and it didn't because I'm single.
Live, move on, live.
Just using it as a lesson, not holding grudges, moving forward, understanding what didn't go right in the relationship. So what can I do to fix the next relationship that I go into? Or what didn't I like in that relationship that made me steer away from that person and understand the next person that I do date, I don't need to date that same person. Or, you know, the person that has similarities to that person. So just not holding grudges and using each relationship as a lesson. It's the same way as Pops was saying about jobs. You know, when you get fired or you transition to a new job, understand what you did wrong in that job to make you a better person and to grow in your new job. And it's the same thing in a relationship. What did you do wrong in a relationship? Even if you feel you did do anything wrong, how could you have done better to not get to the point where you were in that relationship?
And I think people respect honesty as well. And if you just say like, hey, you know, you turning your hat like that is a real trigger for me, and we could talk about it. I think that, you know, that lets them into your scars as well. And so when they see you, it's not just like, oh, okay, this is who this person is on a surface level. Like, that's the point of being in a relationship. Like, they know you and the whole you, and they're walking with you in that. So be honest about, like, and see how they respond, and that will show you the maturity level. Or like, to Dominique's point about, like, Kendall's, that this person gave me a lot of grace. This person is good with this. This person was giving me some tips on how to heal and move. And so I think it's people's response tell you a lot about them. But I would be honest.
And like quickly just touch on your ego part, because I got the biggest ego in the world, right? And that came from, I'm just being honest, love you, baby. But that came from being bullied at a young age. So my ego was like, you know, I'm going to be the best at this. I'm going to have this business. I'm going to own that. I'm going to do this. And that was my ego. And so I had to meet a person to bring it down a couple notches. And what I found out is my ego will only get me so far. My business is flourishing now because of him, because of my partner. So I had to soften myself up and just realize that, you know, you can have this big ego, you can get all the things, but it will cap you to where you're going to be. So hopefully one day, or you may have to be that person to soften someone's ego.
Yeah. Just another quick point on the trauma in past relationships. You want to forgive that person, but also forgive yourself for what happened in that relationship. That's really how you get closure, is to forgive. So go through the process, forgive them, then forgive yourself.
That's the perfect segue. We thank you. Thank y'all for those questions. This was amazing. We only have a few more moments together, so we are going to briefly touch on about 2 questions really quickly within our financial portion, because ironically, that was the most overwhelming group of questions. And so what we're going to do is touch on 2 really quickly, but we will actually be having a part 2 of It's Complicated, financial.